It is at these moments that the prey decides they will not be having dinner today. Nature equipped them with horns, and with those horns, they fought for their lives. One thing I love about these videos is the unwitting struggle to stay alive. The prey fights not to be eaten, and sometimes the predator must struggle to leave that tussle alive. It was a high-speed chase between the cheetah and her dinner, the antelope. It was first a run or be dinner, but the cheetah is the fastest animal. Running was never going to be the best option. In no time, the cheetah caught up to the antelope. Let's see if tonight's dinner will be the antelope's meat. Mama Cheetah did not come alone. Her pups were there to train to be better hunters and also to make sure they sealed the deal on tonight's meal. Just when dinner was almost ready, the antelope flipped the coin. The cheetah family did all they could, but the antelope decided that today there would be no antelope dinner. Just when they thought they had the antelope cornered, it used its horns to tumble the cheetah to the ground and drag it all over the ground, chasing the pups. At the end of the day, the cheetah didn't get the antelope dinner, but it got a lot of bruises, and on the other hand, the antelope walked away with its life intact. The next clip is two lionesses versus a wildebeest. These lionesses must prepare dinner for the dinner, but have they chosen the wrong dinner for the night? Just as the battle gets heated, the lionesses attack ferociously, but this buffalo is not relenting for even a second. The lioness that attacks from the front becomes the first victim of the buffalo's vicious horns. The lioness is stabbed on the leg, and the buffalo continues piercing the horn into the lioness's leg. But at this point, the buffalo is feeling the piercing pain of the second lioness biting its right leg. The buffalo yanks off the lioness's horn and starts biting its leg. Seeing that the wildebeest was onto her, the lioness fled with its life. Buffalo dinner denied. Except the lionesses hunt smaller prey, there would be no dinner for the pride tonight. Another wildcat goes on the hunt for its dinner, and if the prey had gotten pissed, the leopard would not have made it out of there alive. The snow leopard's skin camouflage makes it the perfect hunter up in the rocky plains. This tricky feline sneaks up on a herd of yaks and targets the baby yak. Unfortunately for the leopard, when it was busy making moves on the baby yak, Mama Yak was not about to let her baby be anyone's meal for the night. She sprang into action, and the other yaks jumped in, saving the baby yak from the ferocious leopard. Faced with more than a dozen horns, the leopard slickly made its way out of there. There will be no fresh blood to quench this leopard's thirst, or at least not today. A buffalo bull falls prey to a crocodile's deadly bite, but its fate is far from sealed. The buffalo was peacefully out on the oasis, but then came the crocodile, with its urge to feast on the buffalo for dinner. Before the buffalo could make a run for his life, the crocodile clamped down on the buffalo's leg. It struggled for his life. Just when it felt like its life was being pulled away, another buffalo bull comes to the rescue, launching the reptile into the air like a missile with a powerful charge. After that dramatic display of solidarity, the buffalo manages to escape, while the crocodile bears the brunt of the attack, injured by the buffalo's horns. Another predator denied its dinner. Another leopard was denied dinner at the bushy part of the wild. A bold leopard sets its sights on a newborn buffalo, hoping to snatch it away from its protective mother. This risky decision quickly backfires, as the mother buffalo, backed by an angry herd, charges furiously at the predator, determined to protect her calf at all costs. Leopards, among the stealthiest and deadliest big cats, are skilled nocturnal hunters and usually target small to medium prey like antelope or deer across regions like sub-Saharan Africa, India, and China. Typically, a leopard might haul its catch into a tree to escape danger. However, cornered by a few dozen horns, this leopard has no choice but to abandon its prize and scramble up a tree to save its own life. The fierce mother eventually succeeds in rescuing her calf, proving that in the wild, maternal instincts can outmatch even the most formidable predators. In this clip the ultimate clash, an elephant charges at a buffalo in an epic display of strength. I wonder what crime the buffalo must have committed to have this 12,000 pounds of weight attack it with such ferocity. Or was it the buffalo that dared take on something that's twice its size? The massive elephant's horns seem unstoppable as it barrels toward the buffalo, leaving it with little chance of survival. Look at the horns of the elephant pierce through the buffalo. The sheer force of the elephant's charge turns the tables, making the buffalo's fate nearly inevitable in this breathtaking encounter. If the buffalo walks out of there alive, after all that plumbing, wherever it goes, it's just a walking dish for the next predator who sets its eyes on it. In the unforgiving African savanna, lions often target the powerful but yet sweet-looking chunk of meat, the Cape buffalo, a favorite yet risky choice. These buffaloes aren't easy prey. Their lethal horns and impressive strength have taken down many lions over time. Cape buffaloes can form herds, which adds even more danger for a lion trying to make a successful kill. In this clip, a lion makes a fatal mistake by attempting to take down a buffalo amidst its herd. While initially overpowering the buffalo, the lion's triumph is short-lived when another buffalo suddenly charges in, launching the lion several meters into the air with a powerful toss. Though lions are formidable apex predators and expert hunters, this incident is a stark reminder that bravery can sometimes lead to grave consequences. When it comes to buffaloes, even the king of the jungle can face defeat, proving that nature's battles are always unpredictable. And sometimes, dinner might just get you killed. A hyena spots a newborn antelope as its mother gives birth. Bambi was just born, but her life was already on the line. She was still unable to hold her limbs together, and the first steps she took in her life were either going to be life-determining. Mama Bambi sensed a whole lot of danger. The mother antelope immediately attacked, using her horns to fend off the predator. Although the hyena briefly captures the newborn, the mother's relentless defense ultimately forces it to retreat. This battle illustrates a mother's instinctive courage to defend her vulnerable offspring at all costs, even against fierce predators like hyenas. And thus, this hyena will not be having any antelope for dinner. These guys were hungry, but maybe not just as viscous. A pack of jackals surrounds an antelope, cautiously moving in for the kill. Yet the antelope stands its ground. Today, it was not willing to be a full-course meal for a family of jackals. The antelope charged forward with its horns in a desperate fight for survival. Though the jackals outnumber it, they hesitate, wary of the sharp horns. The antelope was a little injured, but still defiant. The fight to keep its life was fierce, but it managed to fend off the pack just long enough to escape, proving that even cornered animals can break free with a fierce enough will to survive. Two bold warthogs spot a big rhino and decide to cause some trouble. At first, the massive rhino ignores them, staying calm despite their antics. But it doesn't take long before the rhino's patience runs out. With one powerful move, it uses its horn to launch one of the warthogs high into the air. The unlucky warthog lands hard, clearly shaken by the rough lesson. The rhino stands firm, showing who's boss and proving it's not an animal to mess with. The warthogs finally get the message and run off, probably deciding not to play tricks on something with a huge horn and a short temper ever again. In a tense standoff, a cheetah manages to pin an impala, ready to finish off its prey. But the impala isn't giving up yet. Using its survival instincts, it makes a daring move by pretending to be defeated. As the cheetah relaxes its grip, confident that the hunt is over, the impala suddenly springs back to life. With a burst of speed, it dashes away, leaving the cheetah stunned and empty-pawed. The impala's quick thinking and perfect timing allow it to outpace the predator and live to see another day. Today, he's not going to be dinner. A massive Cape buffalo goes head-to-head with a lion in this incredible showdown. After stalking its prey, the lion attempts to bring down the buffalo but is met with unexpected resistance. The buffalo, using its horns and sheer strength, sends the lion flying into the air. Despite the lion's deadly jaws, the buffalo proves that its horns are a powerful defense, sending the lion packing. The male lion might have thought that it was strong, but today, there'll be no dinner for that lazy beast. Or at least, not this buffalo. A lion singles out a buffalo, determined to bring it down solo. As the lion closes in, the buffalo rallies an impressive defense, charging the predator with forceful head thrusts. The lion realizes it's met a formidable opponent and, battered by the buffalo's attacks, eventually retreats, limping. This shows how even a king of the jungle can be overpowered by sheer strength and determination, especially when facing a determined and unyielding prey like a buffalo. Young cheetahs spot an injured gemsbok calf, possibly left behind by a lion. When they approach, they quickly learn this calf isn't alone. Its protective mother charges in, attacking the cheetahs to defend her young. Taken aback by the fierce mother's assault, the cheetahs retreat. The calf escapes harm, thanks to the mother's swift intervention. This family bond and the mother's bravery remind us that predators aren't always at the top of the food chain. Pride of lions decides it's time for a little buffet. They all head out to hunt, but the hunt takes a huge turn. They targeted a buffalo, but they didn't know it was not alone. In a sheer moment of fate, these cats were denied their dinner when the herd of buffalo came rushing in, causing the lions to retreat. But that was not before. This lioness, who leaped in for the kill, was brutally injured. She leaped out of there, but there's a huge chance that tonight she's going to be someone's dinner. Either they fought back or they would be eaten. I hope you enjoyed this video where the underdogs fought back.